Most people don't realize when their life stops feeling like their own. Not with a crisis, not with a breakdown, just a quiet shift. Life keeps moving, you keep functioning, but inside, something feels different. You're still doing what you've always done, but it doesn't land the same anymore. This is usually the moment people try to push harder. They look for motivation. They assume something is wrong. But what if nothing is wrong? What if this is awareness beginning to turn on? Most of us don't live our lives consciously, not because we don't care, but because we learned how to adapt. We learned roles, patterns, ways of showing up that helped things work. That's how stability is built. And for a long time, those roles serve a purpose. They help you belong. They help you succeed. They help you stay steady. But eventually, something shifts. You start to notice how automatic it all feels, how much of your day runs without intention, how often you're responding instead of choosing. That isn't failure. That's autopilot. Autopilot isn't fake. It's intelligent. It's the version of you that learned how to function in the world you were given. But when autopilot runs for too long, your energy starts to withdraw. Motivation fades. Clarity softens. Things that once mattered lose their weight. Not because you're broken, but because something in you is ready to be seen. Once you notice autopilot, another realization follows. At some point, fitting in stops feeling like belonging. It starts to feel like confinement. You begin to feel the cost of the roles you've been playing. Fitting in gave you safety, approval, stability. But it also asked you to quiet parts of yourself, to smooth your edges, to choose predictability over honesty. That cost adds up. That's why this phase feels heavy. Not because you're weak, not because you failed, but because you've been carrying a version of yourself that was built to function, not to fully live. As awareness deepens, identity begins to loosen. You may feel disoriented, unclear, unsure of who you are right now. That can be unsettling. But it isn't a crisis. It's transition. When identity loosens, it creates space. Not to rush in with answers, but to let something truer emerge. This is the space most people try to escape. They fill it with distractions, with decisions, with reinvention. But the space has a purpose. It's where pressure dissolves, where false urgency fades, where your system recalibrates. You don't need to fill the space. You need to let it exist. As the week unfolds, you may notice certain things losing their grip. Some goals no longer motivate you. Some relationships feel quieter. Some identities feel heavy. This isn't loss for no reason. This is discernment happening naturally. What's real doesn't need to be forced. What isn't aligned loosens on its own. You don't have to end anything dramatically. You don't have to decide what comes next. Awareness does the work first. By the end of this week, nothing may look different on the outside, but internally, something has shifted. You've stopped assuming something is wrong with you. You've started noticing what no longer fits. You've given yourself permission to be in between. This week wasn't about answers. It wasn't about action. It was about clarity. And clarity doesn't arrive through effort. It arrives through stillness, through honesty, through seeing without judgment. You're not behind. You're not late. You're exactly where awareness places you when something real is ready to change, and that is enough for now.